I started at my new location in Nashville with Wyndham Destinations, and they sent me on the Nashville hop on hop off trolley tour so that I could learn the town. So it was really exciting and fun today, and I'm going to share that with you.
Guys, you have much time to do here. This is the ball trolleys in motion, and we'll go right up be downtown about 20 minutes from there. 3 minutes toward Nashville. Now again, we guys did have 15 stops from hop on and off as much as you want. Our first trolley is at 9 o'clock. Our last trolley is at 5 o'clock today. Now with that being said, the last trolley leaves you at 5 o'clock. We'll do one last tour of our city. Comes back to the end of the tour at 6:40 this evening. Now, a good rule of thumb is if you're at one of our stops after 5 o'clock, you see a trolley come up. I would say get on that one so you don't miss the last one of the day. Now, if you do miss the last trolley of the day, don't worry. We'll pick you up tomorrow morning sometime around 9 o'clock. That's a long wait, guys. I don't recommend that. So again, please keep that in the back of your head. 5 o'clock here is the last trolley of the day. Here. Well guys, to begin our tour here in Nashville this beautiful morning, there's going to be quite a few things to point out throughout this tour. And next, Nashville, that's a pretty cool town than it is today. And Nashville here is known as Music City, or country music capital of the world. Now some people call us things like Las Vegas throughout our years, others call it the Athens of the South, or the Buckle Up the Bible Belt. And our history here in town dates back to Christmas Day 1779, which we will talk about that day a little bit later on here in this tour. Now coming up here to your right hand side, behind these wood doors here is the Wild Horse Saloon. Now the Wild Horse here to your right, every evening at 5 o'clock they offer free line dance lessons. You will know how to hoot scoot. That's a pretty fun spot for that here in town. Now also get to your right hand side, you're going to find our George Jones Museum and Restaurant. Now George Jones lived here, right? This one-time wife, Miss Tammy Wynette. When they were married, they were known as the Mr. and Mrs. of country music. After they got married, they wrote songs like We're Gonna Hold On, Golden Ring, and Stand By Your Man. After they got divorced, though, George Jones wrote one of his most famous songs, which was He Stopped Loving Her Today. Up on your video screen for that for us. He stopped loving her today. They caressed her alone door. Now after George Jones released that song, Tammy Wynette responded to that one with a song of her own, titled D-I-V-O-R-C-E. And then she discussed with Reverend Jones the possibility of opening this building to your right for all denominations. And in 1885, the line here was founded as the Union Gospel Tabernacle. Now they opened up a church services back in the year 1892. They were renamed to the Ryman Christmas Day 1904. Right at Tom Ryman's funeral. Now our stop number 4 for this will be one block down to your right on 5th Avenue. We'll be over there in about 15 more minutes from now. 2006, home to our National Symphony ever since. And Nashville has had a symphony here in town since the year 1956. Now for the next stoplight, we're going to go left here at the next light down 3rd Avenue, down to our stop number 3 with the John and Cash and the Now all these new museums down this road to your left-hand side are open from 9 to 7 every day with a self-guided tour and the largest collection of their belongings in the world. You'll find things in the John and Cash Museum from the first guitar he ever owns the kid to the last one he ever played on stage. Now also now on the show, coming up to your right-hand side, we're going to pass by John Siegenthaler Pedestrian Bridge. Now our pedestrian bridge up here is 3,150 feet long, built back in 1909, called the Shelby Street Bridge. It goes from 3rd Avenue to your right across the Cumberland River to Eastland Stadium. Now also up here to your right-hand side, we're going to stop outside of a store for stop 3 at a place called the Goo Goo Shop. Now the Goo Goos up here, they were the first combination candy bar back in 1912. Someone once asked the owner, why on earth would you call it a Goo Goo? The owner simply responded, that way babies could ask for them, right from birth. Well, simple enough. And up here to your right will be our stop 3. If you do hop off up here, remain seated till we come to our stop and the doors are open. And once again, if you hop off every 30 minutes, then the trolley is scheduled by to pick you back up. Along this road up here. The most famous out of all the bars here in town, 2 blocks down to your left at 5th Avenue, we'll see in a moment. There's a place over at 5th called the Tootsie's Orchid Lounge. Now, Tootsie's Orchid Lounge evidently was brought up back in the 1960s by a lady named Harriet Louise Bess. Nickname was Tootsie Bess. Now, when Miss Bess was bought the building, she originally called it Mom's. Well, she hired a contractor to paint the building for her. But this contractor, for whatever reason or another, instead of going out to get brand new paint for the building, he instead took much of paint cans he had lying around, mixed all the colors together, painted the building the color he just happened to come up with. Turned out it was a pretty off-shaded, purplish orchid hue color. Now, when most people saw that done with their brand new place, they probably wouldn't have liked it all that much. When Tootsie Bess saw it, though, she loved it, renaming her bar from Mom's to our Tootsie's Orchid Lounge. Now, 2 of the very first customers in her bar back in 1960 were Will and Elsa and Patsy Line. Now, also back on this bar was alive in town from 1960. Give it about 2 hours for the time. That's it, guys. Just over here to your right hand side, this orchid color building is our Tootsie's Orchid Lounge. Inside is our Puckett's Grocery and Restaurant. Now, Puckett's up here to your left, they are famous for their barbecue and their meat and three. If you don't know what a meat and three is, that's any meat and 3 vegetables. And here in the South, macaroni and cheese is considered a vegetable. And it works very, very nicely for us. Now, coming up here to your left-hand side, there's not many is left in our nation on Woolworth here on 5th Avenue. Now, Woolworth really on walk-ins, they really strongly don't recommend reservations. In fact, this front here was one of the very first desegregated lunch counters in the South back in 1960. Now, coming up here to your right-hand side with the screen on again, this right here is the arcade. Now, the arcade to your right-hand side is the oldest shopping mall in Nashville, placed here to your right-hand side back in 1903. Now, it is still a very popular lunch place for all the downtown workers. It was also home to the very first Planters Peanut shop here in Tennessee stayed whenever he came to Nashville. Whenever Genealogy stayed here, he brought his horse Champion with him. And they say that his horse got a room here all to himself. So we stay here in Nahsville, and that means you got Champion's old room. Now to your forward right-hand side across the road behind those trees in our Legislative Plaza, you will find the War Memorial Auditorium building. Left-hand side of that building, out there to your left is our Military Museum, part of our State Museum. For you to go toward Tuesday through Saturday. And up here to your right, stop by the View Avenue. This over here to your full left-hand side up on top of the hill is our Tennessee State Capitol. Now the architect for our Capitol there was a man named William Strickland from Philadelphia. Construction for the state capitol there to your left lasted from 1845 to 1859. Sadly, William Strickland, he passed away back in 1854. He had 5 years before they finished that building. And in his will, he asked to be buried somewhere within the Capitol grounds. Left to the United States government made his senator sort of one-up him with his request, and they buried him within the northeast wall of the Capitol building. And also buried on the grounds of our state capitol is President James K. Polk and his wife Sarah. Now the Capitol grounds is James K. Polk's 3rd burial ground. They are talking about digging him up again to move him somewhere else. That poor guy's been all over this city. Now to your forward left-hand side, this forward right-hand side, this large dome roof building will be our stop number 6, that is our municipal auditorium. Now the bottom floor of this building up here is our Musicians Hall of Fame Museum, which pays honors to people of all genres, not just country music. It also pays honors to the people behind the scenes to all of our favorite songs. This museum is open up Monday to Saturday. We'll avoid taking any phone calls, and also guys, please keep conversations to a minimum. Not push back others. If you have any questions though, shout them on out. Now this over here to your left-hand side, that staircase gets you about halfway up to our state capitol with 145 stairs up there. Can be fun-ish. Sit-ish. This brick building here dates back to the year 1881. So again, halfway down this road to your left-hand side will be our stop number 8 for the American Pickers. It's Funkology in Marathon Village. Again, guys, if you do hop off of here, remain seated. We come to our stop, the doors are open. Watch your steps, use the handles, take the belongings. If you hop off of here again every 30 minutes, so the trolley is scheduled by to pick you back. Now, as you pull out of our stop down here, once again, over here to your left-hand side, we'll creep on by here nice and slowly. Right side of our parking lot, just over here to your left. Inside, stop number 10, Vanderbilt University. Now, if you do hop off of here, once again, please remain seated to become our stop for the doors are open. And Nahville, our soccer team is being upgraded to a Major League Soccer team as well as a media stadium next year. And by 2025, they have plans to bring a Major League Baseball team and stadium to our city. Now, over the next 15 years, they're going to build 4 new highways here in town. Yokohama Tire is moving here, as well as Sam Southern Apple's new headquarters are coming here in town. And also, in the next 10 years, they're planning on bringing back another amusement park to our city. Rumor is that Disney might be opening the new Marvel Park here in Nashville. Good morning and welcome aboard. My name is Daniel, I'll be your tour conductor and driver. Jump off of the trolley here at any one of our stops on this 15-stop tour in Nashville. Now, from there, our stop will be Midtown Hattie B's Hot Chicken Restaurant. And if you want to see what Hattie B's is, you see that line out there to your left-hand side? That is for Hattie B's. They opened up an hour ago. Actually, no, they're not even open yet. They opened in 3 minutes. That's at least an hour and 50. And also, I want to get this fun to avoid taking the big leap phone calls, keeping conversations just to a minimum. It gets you to the left-hand side. We have Southern Road Nashville. This place here to your left is the Zach Brown Band Studio. Right here to the left-hand side. There we go. Zach Brown even did here about 6 years ago. Society of Composers, Authors, and Publishers. These guys to your left collect and distribute music from now 50s and 60s. Now the brick building gets you your left-hand side. We have Sony Music Publishing. This right here was once partially owned by the Michael Jackson estate. Last year in January, Tim McMullen paid Hill signed it out. Now coming up here to your left-hand side will be a 10-inch brown building, which is the RCA Studio B. Now inside the Studio B is the same microphone and piano that Elvis Presley used when he recorded here. And Elvis Presley recorded over 240 songs in the small tan brown building just over here to your left-hand side. Now Studio B here to your left, placed back in 1957, that is our second oldest studio in all of Music Row, known as the Studio of 1,000 Hits. Next over with here to your left-hand side, we have RC Studio A. This is actually very heavily used by Roy Orbison, known as the Abbey Road of Nashville. Chet Atkins was both studios A and B. Now this black building over here to your left-hand side, we have Starstruck Entertainment. Now Starstruck to your left is the former studio of Miss Reba McIntyre, in your left-hand side. Now over here to your right-hand side, this black building here is RFD TV's old building. These guys to your right used to air that TV show, E-Ball. Made by the police this past February. Now the red brick building to your right-hand side, you're going to find Broken Bar Record. This up here is where Jason Aldean recorded his song, She's Country. Just over here to your right. Now this right here is also used by Aaron Church, Chase Atkins, Kid Rock, and several others for back in 1999. Now the right building here to your right-hand side, you're going to find Ray Stevens' old place. Ray Stevens, known as the comedy king of country music. Some of his more famous songs titled The Streak, the Mississippi Squirrel Revival. It's Me Again Margaret, and the AMAB, and one of his most recent songs, released about 3 years ago, titled Taylor Swift, is Stalking Me. That one's weird, but that's Ray Stevens, we love him anyways. Now coming up here to your left-hand side, past the next stoplight, will be another little church up here called Ocean Way Studios. Now Ocean Way, this church up here was bought up by Mr. Mike Cohn with Cohn Records back in 1996. And Ocean Way up here seats several thousand recording artists over here. People like Blake Shelton, Brad Paisley, Carrie Underwood, and Miranda Lambert use them. And also, Ocean Way, this church right here is the studio where part of the soundtrack for that movie, Oh Brother Where Art Thou, was recorded at. Here to your left. Also, guys, I would ask the bar going down the road here, please try to avoid changing seats till we get to one of our designated stops. But as we continue on Music Road here, all these houses were passing on by here. No one lives inside of these houses anymore. Back in the 50s, when the music scene first started moving into this area, the city told them they could move inside the houses, remodel on the inside, do whatever you want, but do not change the face or look to the house. They had to make it look like there was still someone living here. But all these houses were passing on by right now as we do a studio with something tying into the music industry here in town. As of right now, we still have over 300 studios in Nashville. Now coming up to your left-hand side will be a white stone house called Jay's Place, the only studio for Music Row with an open door policy. That's Jay's Place, right here to your left, that little white stone house. That small sign right there to your left, that's at Jay's, that sign right there was designed by Mr. Shel Silverstein. Now, Shel Silverstein, famous for writing children's books, like The Giving Tree with the Sidewalk Hymns. He also wrote that hit song for Johnny Cash. He wrote A Boy Named Sue. I'll hold your videos there for you. Here, about Big Yellow Dog Records. Now, Big Yellow Dog Records appears in the recording studio of Miss Megan Trainor. Megan Trainor sings the #1 hit song a couple years back titled All About That Bass.
Because you know I'm all
There she
about
is.
that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass.
Now Miss Megan Trainor, she also got her start here at 10 and 18 years old. Originally, she's from Massachusetts. Now also she does help-write songs for Jennifer Lopez as well as for Rascal Flatts. So again, just coming up here to the left-hand side behind these magnolia trees will be yellow and black sun up right here. White House here to your left. Again, Big Yellow Dog Records, this White House right here to your left-hand side. Over here to your right-hand side of the corner, you're going to find out about a music room here. This roundabout right here in front of us, right more about around here. All these buttons on circle. Over here is called Music Room. Now it's God's first for two big reasons. One, the business. Stop left hand on the left-hand side. We are stop 14 for the moment to the white stone building called the Station Inn. Now Station Inn was founded here in town back in 1974. It's our largest food management in town. Now Station Inn opened up for dinner every evening at 7 o'clock. Dinner will then go on for 55 hours. I booked it in front of there at 3,370 places. Now begin to your right-hand side, we have our customs house at 1877. President William B. Hayes, the corner circle is to your right. Over here to your left-hand side, we have our thing called Academic High School, a combination of our two oldest high schools here in town. And also to your far left-hand side across the road, we have our Mason Lodge, founded back in 1925. But the Masons have been here in Tennessee and in Nashville, going all the way back to Andrew Jackson's time. Andrew Jackson, Andrew Johnson, and James K. Polk were all members of our Masons. And when Andrew Jackson was a member, he was their Grandmaster. Now as we get back up here to the Montgomery Street, 2 more blocks up, this building in front of us, we're going to drive on into our newest convention center, talked about it earlier. Music City Center, place to be and the rooftop is the You have no idea how many times
He's on the side.